And welcome back. FreshDirect is the leading online e-commerce fresh food grocer that's actually serving the Northeast. Now, they recently shared their forecast for the top grocery industry trends for the year 2022. This year's predictions on an up-and-coming products as well as ingredients and influences were curated by FreshDirect's in-house team of food experts. Sharing with us now more details, we got the Vice President of Merchandising at FreshDirect, Charlotte Meyer. And Charlotte, glad to have you with us.
Thanks for having me, Darren. It's great to be here.
Thank you. And so as we talk about these trends, talk to us about how did they come about?
Yeah, so really every year we forecast what we see as the up and coming food trends for the following year. And what that looks like is just our group of in-house food experts kind of gets together and talks about what we're seeing in the industry, ingredients that have become really popular, consumer trends that we see in our really rich consumer data. And we basically use those insights to forecast what we think is going to be big for the coming year.
Yeah. And so when we talk about some of the things that we see big for the coming year, what are they?
Yeah, so we've got a bunch of really exciting things, I think. The first being that customers are, coming into the third year of the pandemic are really, really aware of health and wellness. So we're seeing a really strong growth in kind of fresh produce, especially immunity boosting produce. So things like turmeric, ginger, citrus, and berries. Consumers are really gravitating towards those really fresh, high quality ingredients to help boost their immune systems, throughout the year.
Yeah. And then also, I know another thing is plant-based stability and sustainability. And when we talk about plant-based sustainability, define that for our viewers.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think another big kind of overarching trend is that consumers are really interested in sustainability and really interested in making choices with their food that helps drive, a lesser impact on the planet and drive sustainability. So plant-based sustainability is really that behavior of eating more plants and eating less kind of meat and dairy. So what that looks like could be using mushrooms as a substitute for beef, for example, or it could be buying something that is really what we would call a plant-based alternative. So a yogurt that's made with coconut milk rather than traditional dairy milk, ice cream that's made with an almond milk base rather than, again, traditional dairy milk. So really across the entire store and across all of the different meal occasions, there are ways to incorporate more plants into your diet. And we're seeing consumers really gravitate towards those options.
Yeah. And then I also want to talk a little bit about Fortune Flavors the Bold. And as bold flavors are out there driving consumer trends, for somebody who doesn't know what bold flavors are, give it to us.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one of my favorites. So I think we're seeing one of the most exciting flavors that we're seeing really show up across all kinds of different products is tahini. And for those who aren't familiar with tahini, it's a paste made from sesame seeds, and it's traditionally been used in hummus, but we're seeing it pop up kind of in all sorts of products, whether it's salad dressing or marinade, to ice creams, cookies, snacks, even being included as a base for plant-based milk now. So it's become a very trendy ingredient, and I'm sure consumers will see it kind of across menus in restaurants and coffee shops and bakeries and in their grocery stores as well.
Yeah. I know that one of the things that you had highlighted also were consumers who are buying according to low waste statistics. And I myself, I'm going to say I'm guilty, right? I don't look at, what's waste and what's low waste, what's high waste, right? I don't look at those things. But there are a lot of people out there who are purchasing in accordance with low waste. So let's break down what low waste is and what are consumers really trending towards?
Yeah, so there have been a lot of really exciting products that have developed over the past several years that actually use a waste product to create a new product. So we carry a couple of brands now. One example is Renewal Mill, which is basically creating gluten-free flours, baking mixes, and cookies out of what was a byproduct of the production of tofu. So all these brands are doing really interesting, innovative things, taking something that would have been destined for the landfill and creating a really nutritious, great consumer-facing product with it. And that is really helping to solve some of the problems of food waste that we do have in our, global food system. So we're seeing customers really learning, helping to reduce our problem of food waste and really, really gravitating towards those brands.
Talk to me about trafficking. Are you anticipating more trafficking given the fact that we're still coming out of the pandemic? We got more people who are working from home. You've got, so many people who are saying, listen, I'm not yet out on the restaurant scene. I want to play it safe. Are you seeing more traffic come through your doors during this time?
We are, absolutely. We've started off the year really, really strong. I think, online grocery shopping is definitely here to stay. People have formed new habits in this way. And like you said, I think everyone is really excited for restaurants to reopen. And we certainly love all of our local restaurants in New York. But I think some people have really enjoyed cooking more meals at home over the last few years and have really gotten into the habit of doing so. So we definitely see, just continued really strong traffic and lots of customers coming our way, which is exciting.
So if somebody's out there that's saying, listen, I really want to see about how I can go about doing this. And, maybe I do want to, order my food online, like using FreshDirect. What would be the process for somebody to do that?
Yeah, so you would start out by going to FreshDirect.com. And on our site, you'll see kind of the full selection of our grocery offering. So everything from your fresh produce, meat and seafood, all the way to your paper towels and your laundry detergent. Really anything you need to complete your full grocery shop. You can use our search bar to search for whatever you're looking for, or you can shop some of our curated content pages or our curated homepage to find items that are new and kind of exciting and relevant to whatever season it is. So right now, just adding them to your basket and, finding a time slot and checking out. So it's a pretty seamless process.
Yeah. And for somebody who's watching, maybe they don't know, do you also have chef prepared meals that are actually available to actually purchase as well?
Absolutely, we do. And those are a great option for, just getting a meal on the table really, really quickly, any time of day. They're all kind of curated and developed by a team of chefs. So the ingredients are really clean and healthy, and the flavors are really kind of innovative and interesting. So those are a great option for everyone.
Yeah. We didn't talk about drinking, and I know that there are some who are interested in non-alcohol and sometimes low alcohol as well. And you predict this to also be a trend that's actually coming up this year.
We do, yeah. We see a lot of exciting innovation in this space. I think what's interesting is a lot of the sort of care and attention that went into the craft beer movement over the last 10 to 15 years we're now seeing that same kind of curation and craft in the non-alcoholic beer space. So consumers who are interested in cutting back on their consumption can still have a really tasty IPA, for example, that just happens to have had the alcohol removed. So we're seeing a lot of really cool new brands popping up in this space, and it is a really exciting category for those who just, want to drink a little bit less.
Yeah. And so as 2022 is approaching, we're already in it. I mean, we're getting ready to get into almost the third month, first quarter. How do you see things playing out for you for the rest of the year?
I think we'll continue to see really strong consumer interest across all these areas we just talked about. And like I said, I think consumers are really looking online for all of their purchases, and I think they're really attracted to the convenience and the quality of the food delivery that they get through FreshDirect. So we're forecasting a really big year, and we're kind of well on our way to achieving some of our goals. So we're really excited about 2022. I think lots of good.
And as I'm gonna be optimistic to say we're coming close to being out of this pandemic. And as we look at being almost out of this pandemic, talk to me about the effect that it's actually had on your ability to deliver, on your ability to prepare meals. What's it been like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I certainly hope we're coming out of the pandemic, and that only benefits us in the sense that, our everyone remains healthy, and we can continue to deliver and not face any sort of issues that may come up with another wave. So that will just continue to benefit our business as we kind of move out of this phase of the pandemic, hopefully.
Yeah. Charlotte Meyer, who is the Vice President of Merchandising at FreshDirect, been our guest here on Open. Want to thank you so much for sharing with us, and continued success throughout the year 2022.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me, Darren.
You're welcome. Well, we're glad to have you. Listen, I want to let you know, if you want more information, please don't hesitate to visit the website for FreshDirect. It is FreshDirect.com, and then also follow them on social Direct. We do have more show that is coming up, so we encourage you to stay right here because Open continues right after this.